Elizabeth Wagmeister from HollywoodLife.com. Comedian and big fan Philip Wilburn's back with us as well. We also have joining us Peter May, played a zombie, season 4. Okay, Peter, or a walker, as the show's called. I want to get that right. For those that don't watch, you're thinking zombie here. But tell me just about being a part of this phenomena, whether you were a walker or not. What was your experience all about?
Well, I was a walker, and it was just an amazing experience. First of all, it took them about 2 hours to put all the makeup on that I ended up wearing in the show. The shooting took quite a long time, and while we were shooting, I was actually blind because there were these eye shells that they put in as part of my costume into these prosthetics that were glued to my face. So that half the experience for me was just how amazing it was to see how they transformed me into this creature.
Wow. What was your death? Did you get one through the head or a slash? What happened?
I didn't actually die. I survived. I could still be out there.
That's right.
Maybe I'll be back.
You make a comeback here. Okay. Hey, Philip. I'm sure you're
I'm next to the zombie.
I know. We're setting it up here. Watch yourself. What were you seeing on Twitter as you were monitoring the conversation? People were freaking out after every scene, weren't they?
Every time. I mean, people were. It was so intense. And the thing I love about this show are you touched on it a while ago. Are normal people rising to the occasion, which is pretty good. It's not all these. You definitely have the militia types and things like that. But Carol being a mom, Rick, being a sheriff and a dad, trying to do the right thing and becoming this crazy guy in one sense, but then kind of, finding himself again. It's a really crazy show the way it runs. I'm friends with Scott Gimple, the showrunner.
Yeah.
And it's really weird. After all these shows, I usually text his wife and say, "You're married to a really crazy guy. You should get out of the house now."
Exactly. Now I get where you're coming from here on this. Let's get another calling, guys. Al's with us in Ohio. Hey, Al, your thoughts on the season premiere?
Oh, last night's show, it was phenomenal. I love this. I'm glad Carol's back, but I don't want her to be the leader. I want the leader to remain the same. And they got to bring Justice back. Now, I watched him get beat up, but he did not come out the house. So I'm hoping that they didn't show him dead. So I'm hoping that Justice comes back. But this show, I lost my cookies and my milk. Watching this, and I'm talking to you, I'm still getting chills.
There you go. You lost your cookies. I love it. That's the way we are when we watch the show. Hey, let's get a couple more tweets out there. Michael says, Walking Dead season 5 premiere was on point. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't see it. One other one from Jason says, that was likely the single greatest season premiere of any show I've ever seen. #Walking Dead. Peter May, what were your thoughts on that opener? Again, you may come back. Who knows? Let's say that. But just as you were watching it, were you're gutting a knot like the rest of us?
Oh, yeah. My heart is still racing just thinking about it. I mean, it was just terrifying and great. It was so good.
Gosh, it was. 1-877-TEL-HLN is the number. Elizabeth, you and I talked about this, and let's lay it out there again, because some people think, gosh, do women really watch this? There's so much gore. And it's like, I think the gore is still secondary to what we're talking about, having the moral dilemmas and things like that. But what's your take?
I have to agree with you. I mean, just, on this panel, we've had, I think, 4 women call in already, and they're all huge fans. So I think that The Walking Dead, it really spreads across men, women, children. It is the top-rated show for young viewers on TV. So that says a lot. I think that people like to tune into the goriness because that's fun TV to watch. But, like we've spoken about, it's the moral dilemma, it's the character development, it's the relationships between the characters, and that's why we're really tuning in. The gore is a fun secondary part,
right,
but that in no way makes women shy away from the show.
Yeah, absolutely. And you pointed out before, and it's worth restating, a main character could get killed off. That was one of the other reasons that opening scene was so suspenseful. You got main characters on their knees, could be having their throat slashed any minute. So you're thinking, gosh, are they going to kill off so-and-so right here, right now? Let's get another call in. Tony's with us, Massachusetts. Tony, your thoughts here?
Hi. I definitely think Carol should take the lead for the group because, she seems to make big decisions at the right times. And all of her decisions ever since the last season made sense. Like when she killed Tyrese's girlfriend and the other person, you know, it made sense to do that. She was looking out for the group.
Well, then we're looking at Carol here. And again, she was the heroic figure in last night's episode. So, well, let's take a quick vote. Elizabeth, you say she should be the leader. Philip, you think Carol the leader or still Rick?
I still got to go with Rick. I mean, I think Carol's awesome, but I got to go with Rick just because Carol's the moral compass. She's the advisor.
There you go. Peter, what do you think? Carol or Rick?
I'd say Carol over Rick. I mean, Rick he's got this dark rage that keeps growing, and I don't know if I trust him to make the right choice going forward.
Ooh, I'm still going
he's
Rick.
a zombie. He's a zombie. He doesn't want Rick to lead. Come on. That's right. That's obvious.
Consider the source. Oh, consider the source. I hear you on that. And you got to credit them with the show Talking Dead afterward, because the question that we just talked about, that's what was presented to the viewer after they talked a little bit about Carol. Should she be the leader or not? I think it was like 70+% still said no to that. But we're watching. Hey, Peter, let me go back to you on Rick. And I think it's worth noting, is he becoming more bloodthirsty, more vengeful? Is he losing his soul in all this?
I think so. I think he's starting to lose his moral compass. You know, the longer it gets and the more people that he's lost, the less he's questioning his choices. And he's taking us to a dark place, in my opinion.
Okay. All right. Well, not fit to lead, according to these guys here. Okay. Guys, thanks again. We really appreciate it. Thank you for your call. Special guest Peter, who was a zombie. Justice Leak joining us. He was a throat slasher from last night. So, again, we appreciate everybody joining us on all of this talk about The Walking Dead Season 5 premiere. Coming up, Amanda Bynes back in a psychiatric hospital.